what I'm about to ask you, you're not going to say is the beauty of what we do, because I know you're sick of the question. Does Jon Jones not want to fight, or does Jon Jones just not want to fight Tom Aspinall?
Listen, Jon Jones has been an interesting human being to deal with since the day he got here. But I will say this about him. You would never hear me out, talking about he's the GOAT and he's the this and he's the that if Jon Jones didn't want to fight people. Jon Jones has never, ever said, I'm afraid to fight this guy, or I don't like this fight for me, or any of that stuff.
So if, for instance, he doesn't fight this guy, who would you like to see him fight? Or are you going to wait until he fights this guy?
I don't know. We'll see how this thing plays out over the next couple weeks. But yeah, if we can't get this fight done, we'll move on quickly.
Dana White has finally spoken out again about the Tom Aspinall versus Jon Jones situation, and fans are shocked by what he's admitting now. After months of mixed signals, Dana is finally facing the pressure and admitting the fight still isn't signed, and now he's putting the responsibility exactly where many fans expected it to be all along, on Jon Jones.
The interim light heavyweight champion, the man that's held the interim strap longer than anyone else, almost as long as Jon Jones has been the heavyweight champ, he's moved on mentally. He is now training for Alexander Volkov or Jailton Almeida, right? I don't know what to make of this. You don't know what to make of this. Jon Jones living his best life, not being upfront about what his intentions are. Will he fight? Won't he fight? Listen, defend or vacate. Simple as that. And everyone's had enough of it. Got to defend the belt or vacate. Simple as that. You can't just hang on to it for an elongated period of time and then just decide to fight whenever you want. No, you owe a duty to the fans, to the opponents, to the division. You owe it to yourself. And I'll tell you what, he doesn't want to give Tom a chance because he's worried about getting beaten, okay? Never mind that. Legacy's not like that. People will look at Jon Jones and say, yeah, he was a tremendous champion. And if he goes out there against Tom Aspinall, a new generation guy, and was to give it his best shot, and he was to lose, but he still had the balls to put it on the line, which, by the way, is what every single fighter does when they step in the octagon. We all take chances. We don't know. We aren't guaranteed to win these fights. But if he was to do that, and he was to lose in a valiant effort, people would say, well, he's a bit older. Tom Aspinall came through. But look at the career that he had. Unbelievable. One of the greatest of all time, right?
According to Dana, Jon Jones has just a few weeks left to make a decision, or the UFC will have no choice but to move forward without him. For many in the MMA world, this is the clearest sign yet that the UFC is tired of waiting and might be ready to stop playing Jon's games.
Conversation we've had many times now, the Tom Aspinall Jon Jones fight. It's a bit different now, right? Because Jon's been tweeting a lot about the fact that he's told you his plans, he's ready to vacate the belt, and all the rest of it.
He said he's ready to vacate the belt?
He said he doesn't care if you strip him, he would vacate it.
Crazy. Yeah, I've been busy. I haven't been keeping up with the gossip. He comes back. He's either back today or came back yesterday or whenever he was in Thailand. So he's home. We'll be home tonight, Tuesday. We'll figure this out.
But if he doesn't fight Tom Aspinall and he does walk away, do you think he's ducked him?
Tom Aspinall's the guy. He's the guy. Listen, if the guy wants to retire and doesn't want to fight, nothing you do. I didn't want Habib to retire. I thought DC should have stayed in it longer. So it's none of my business. I'll do what I can to make the fight if we can. If he's talking that crazy. I didn't realize that.
It was kind of crazy how much interest Jon showed in the Francis Ngannou fight. Like, there was some tweets going back and forth. What would happen if he came to you and says, like, I'll fight, but I won't fight Aspinall, I would fight Ngannou? Would you even be interested in that or no?
I don't have Ngannou under contract, and Aspinall's the guy.
Right. If you were put in the position, would you maybe try to get Ngannou back under contract or no?
Probably not.
To clarify, you said that Jon agreed to fight Tom, yes?
Jon agreed to fight Tom?
Is that what you just said there? Before, like on the last answer, you said...
Jon agreed to fight Tom, yes.
But he hasn't signed a contract.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you guys have heard me for the last however long. I said, I guarantee you this fight's going to happen. This fight's going to happen. Fight's going to happen. You guys told me the crazy shit that was going on Instagram and all these other places. But yes, I've been saying Jon is going to fight Tom.
There's some rumors out there that you guys had offered him his fuck you money and you turned it down.
Unless you hear it come from here, where we put out a press release. Don't believe any of this bullshit. But yes, Jon agreed to fight Tom.
Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall has made his stance very clear without saying much at all. He's still training, staying sharp, and just posted a hint that he's preparing for possible fights with Volkov or Almadan instead of wasting more time waiting for Jon Jones to make a decision to fans. That says it all. Stay ready, stay active, and fight whoever's brave enough to step up.
Nah, man, John's retired. What are we talking about, guys? This is, John, you guys don't follow Jon on social media?
I don't follow him on social media. He said that.
No, me too, actually. Me too, but the guy is living his best life. He's had a fantastic career, we all know. We know Jon's a religious man, so I want to say God bless him moving forward in what he does with his life and his career. And, you know, we move on. We move on. I'm the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I'm ready to take on all comers, get this division moving again. Us guys have been waiting around too long. You know, the contenders are getting sick of it. Everybody's getting sick of it. Even the fans are getting sick of this stuff. So Jon's retired and it's time that we move on.
Tom Aspinall's the guy. He's the guy.
Dana White says I'm his man. We love that. We love that on the channel.
And what about Francis Ngannou? You having him? You want some?
The day that I start ducking out of fights and turning opponents down and stuff like that is the day that I'm going to retire. So, as I've always said, and you can ask any promoter I've ever worked with, any guys at the UFC, I'll fight anyone, I'll fight anytime, and I'll fight anywhere. Never turn down a fight in my life, never will. The day that I start thinking about turning down fights is the day that I'll retire. So, to answer the question, whoever they want me to fight is who I'm going to fight.
And the rest of the division is completely stuck in the middle with big names like Cyril Gane, Sergey Pavlovich, and even rumors of Francis Ngannou possibly returning.
Cyril, do you feel like because everyone in your division seems to be just talking about Jon and Tom, that you are being unfairly forgotten as one of the best in the world at your weight?
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with this situation. You see, like, for the moment, I'm just focused on Volkov. And after, we're going to talk maybe if I win this Saturday, me, Tom, what's going to happen. But for the moment, I got no ego.
Yeah. I understand you don't want to talk about it. Do you believe that maybe outside of Jon Jones, you versus Tom is probably the biggest fight in this division?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, probably.
Do you view Tom Aspinall as the actual heavyweight champion, or do you still think it's Jon Jones?
In my opinion, Tom more deserves the champion belt in heavyweight than Jon Jones. I can say Jon Jones is a bad fighter or he can't beat Tom Aspinall, but the way Tom Aspinall takes this belt in heavyweight, Tom Aspinall deserves it.
But none of it can move forward properly while the real title is still in Jon Jones's hands, just collecting dust. Some people believe Jon is just being smart waiting to cash in on one last big fight with the biggest payday possible.
Jones scared to fight you?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the thing with Jon is conning the public, man.
Whoa. And Logan Paul, it's his favorite fighter.
Yeah. Oh, is it really?
Well,
yeah. Listen.
I mean, he's definitely top three. He's definitely top three.
Absolutely. I'm not disputing that he's an amazing fighter. I think the fact that he didn't want to fight Ngannou for 3 years, and now he's not wanting to fight me for over a year, and the way he manipulates the media and the public is super smart. I'm not taking anything away from him, but do I think he's scared to take the tough fights at this stage in his career? Absolutely.
Can you understand that?
Absolutely. Yeah, I can.
You can empathize with that?
I respect it. But if you're going to ask me the straight up question, is Jon Jones afraid to fight me? The honest answer would be yes.
Well, is regardless of that and that fear, because clearly he's overcome it at times in the past, is that fight fucking happening?
I cannot say or deny. No, right now we're actually waiting for news. We have had to do. I'm chasing it up. Like the UFC are saying that it's going to happen. I'm chasing it all the time. I want the fight really bad. You know what? It's not even. Like, I see people online saying, the thing that happened with Conor and Chandler.
Yeah.
People are like, don't be like Michael Chandler. Listen, it's not about the fighting John. It's about the UFC heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Like, I've got a version of the title, but I want to be the undisputed champion. That's all it is. It doesn't matter about John. I'm trying to be the undisputed heavyweight champion. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not chasing one fight. If I can fight John and get the biggest scalp in MMA, absolutely, I'll take it.
Some think Jon is waiting for a surprise matchup with Francis Ngannou that could break records others believe it's just stalling old-school mind games to avoid fighting a young, explosive heavyweight like Aspinallos, looking more dangerous every week for the UFC. It's a tricky situation. Protect the GOAT's legacy and star power. Or finally, respect the division and give fighters like Aspinall the shot they've earned.
It's a great time for me because he is slowing down a little bit and I've not even reached my prime yet. So,
spoken like a true A-side right there.
I mean, I'm not the A-side. I'm not going to start pretending that I am. That guy's going to get $30 million to fight me. He's definitely the A-side, but I definitely think it's a fight that I can win.
When he came back against Surreal,
yeah,
you watched that fight?
Yeah.
Were you surprised at how good he still was after all these years and moving up to heavyweight?
No, you know what? I think John, like you said, I think he's one of the best fighters ever. Definitely top 3. That's debatable when you start putting in about drug tests and stuff like that, I think.
Damn.
But he definitely, like, skill for skill, is one of the top 3 fighters ever. I'm not debating that at all.
What drug are you talking about specifically?
Well, he's done a few. I think he's done a few.
I can't tolerate the Jon Jones slander, bro. It was a fluke.
It was
a recreational, he has fun.
Is slander not when you're saying something that's inaccurate?
That is true.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's the definition of it.
No.
It is.
Somebody
it is
Google
slander.
That's libel. You mentioned it when talking about your title. You said it's a version of the championship.
Yeah.
And it is the interim heavyweight championship. Does that bother you? Or can you still feel proud that you are the current UFC heavyweight
you know
champion?
what? I'm currently ranked number 1 in the world, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But I want to be known as the best. I don't like. See, this is for me. This is where the UFC separates from, like, boxing. Because in boxing, you got a million divisions and you got 5 or 6 champions at each weight.
Yeah.
And it's like, this guy's a world champion. Oh, well, what about this guy? Oh, this guy's a world champion as well. Oh, what about this? Oh, so they've got like 5 champions, and that's a bit weird for me. Like, I think there should be like one face, one name, every division.
Jon Jones couldn't knock the skin off a rice pudding. We have had stuff to do in the same building for like 4 or 5 days in a row, and I've not run into him yet, which is a bit weird. How many times can this be a coincidence? The honest answer is I don't know if it is a coincidence or not, but I'm not even bothered about fighting Jon. I think everyone gets it very confused, especially Jon. I just want the heavyweight title, that's all. I deserve it. We have coincidentally missed each other a lot of times. Actually, that one clip, I didn't even know he was there.
Good, man. Nice to meet you too.
I've not seen Jon, actually. We haven't, like, directly crossed paths. We've just been in the same room.
Now that Dana has set a clear deadline, fans are watching more closely than ever to see if he really follows through. Because if Jon doesn't sign soon, Dana says the UFC will move on without him.
In terms of planning forward, I think he means go and fight the next guy. And if you get past the next guy, then it's still your time. But if you don't get past the next guy, as with every other thing in sports, there's always a moment where the new breed kind of comes in and they surpass the old breed. Jon Jones knows that better than anybody. He has surpassed the new breed and the old breed multiple times over the course of his career and his run as world champion. He's one of the greatest champions of all time. He's beaten everybody. He went through the old guard, meaning he went through Vitor. He went through Shogun. He went through Rampage. He literally put all those guys in the rearview mirror. And then he moved on. And he hit Rashad. And then he hit Gustafsson, who was a new guy. Then he hit me, who was a new guy. Then he hit Anthony Schmidt, who's a new guy. And Thiago Santos and Dominic Reyes. He hit them all. He put everybody back. Then he goes to heavyweight, beat Cyril. Then he went and put the old guard back with Stipe. He's beaten all of them. He's been constantly pushing back that next wave of challenger. But there's one more wave, because no matter how many times you've done it before, there's a real possibility that at some point it catches up to you. Nobody gets out of this thing clean. Khabib did it. Georges St. Pierre had a fairy tale ending, but Georges St. Pierre still had moments where things didn't go great. Georges St. Pierre lost to Matt Serra. That sounds crazy, but it's hard to get through this thing clean. Jones has gotten through this thing clean longer than most people could ever imagine getting through this thing clean. But at the end of the day, there's another young up-and-coming guy that Tom deserves an opportunity.
When you're an interim champion, they only make an interim champion when the champion cannot defend the belt. So for Jon Jones, he couldn't defend the belt because he tore his pec muscle. So the interim champion means he should be fighting the champion right off the bat. That's not the case with Jon Jones, right? Because Jon Jones is going to fight Stipe Miocic. So the interim champion is supposed to sit there and wait. But by law, in like the regulations, once Jon Jones steps in the cage, he is stripped of his interim champion because the champion has returned. There is no longer for interim champion. What is the point of having interim champion when the champion is ready to fight?
This is the only sport in the world you can have somebody hold your career back.
Yep. I've been almost a year inactive with no prospects of anything. Just be ready, and we'll just let you know.
Yeah.
And then it's kind of difficult, like mentally, to.
Oh yeah.
This is the fight against Jon Jones. Like, not the fight is another thing.
Yeah.
This is the tricky bit where I really have to stay switched on, stay motivated, and I'm trying my best. I'm trying. It's tough. As you said a minute ago, no one really knows what's going on behind the scenes apart from me.
Exactly. You're in office cooking.
I train all the time anyway. Just because I'm not going to fight doesn't mean I don't train. Like, I honestly can see Jon's point of view. I get it. I get it. It's just about the title for me. I just want the title. That's it. There's nothing else really matters. So
you're like, let me do my thing. Let me fight.
I just want to fight.
And I think that's the respectable way to go about it. It's like, you don't care if it's Jon, and it's no disrespect to Jon, it's no disrespect to anybody out there. You're just trying to fight. I just want to.
But what does that really mean? Will the UFC strip Jon of the title and make Tom the official champ, or will they just throw together another placeholder fight, maybe against Gann, Volkov, or Almeida, just to keep the division moving? One thing is clear. The fans are done waiting.
Jones has been using from day one about Tom Aspinall. Why would I gamble my legacy on someone like him? Jon Jones, gamble. You win every fight, don't you? You're guaranteed to win every fight. You can beat anyone. Every fight, if you're the best fighting the best, is a bit of a gamble. But you're the heavyweight champion of the world. You're supposed to go on and do that. I've never ever known a champion who tells everyone how great they are and yet doesn't want to fight the best challenger. I tell a lie. Actually, I do remember one time, Tyson Fury, when he did not want to fight Alexander Usyk. Oh, he's not a big enough name. Oh, and he made all the excuses in the world. And guess what? Usyk beat him twice. And this is exactly why Jon Jones doesn't want to take that fight. Because he can see what the fuck is on the way. Jones spent the majority of his career as a heavyweight, boiling down to light heavyweight, beating guys who are actually middleweight.
Do you think Jon is ducking you?
Yes.
Was that
I
Tom?
do. I think I said, yeah, he is. He definitely is. I think that there's just an easier path for him. And I understand it. I do understand it completely. I understand that there's bigger fights out there for him with way less risk and way more money. I understand it. But in all honesty, do I think he's ducking me? Absolutely.
Jon Jones.
Oh yeah. That old one, living his best life, mate, isn't he, in Thailand? So everybody reaches a sell-by date, don't they? Everybody's got a time limit. He's reached it. And we move on.
I reckon anyone else in that position would have been stripped. I was talking to Adam Cattell about it the other week.
Yeah, seen it.
He should be stripped now.
It obviously was a bit annoying at the time, but it's all in the past now. We're moving forward. Everything's good. We can get fighting again. And I just want to get fighting, mate. Do you know what I mean?
Must be fucking sick of getting asked about that, you know.
It's it's not the best. You know what? It's better now because I do know what's going on a little bit, and I am going to fight soon, so that's nice. But for like the last kind of 6 months, I've just not known what's going on. Do you know what the worst bit is like, you know this yourself, it's like money, fame, titles, rankings, all that aside, I just love fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
I just like fighting people. That's what I got into it for. I didn't get into it for anything else. All the other stuff is just like nice to have on top. I want to be the best fighter I can be. I love it. I'm in the gym every day. I just want to fight. That's been taken away from me for like nearly a year now, and that's got nothing to do with me, which is, it's a bit frustrating to be honest, but we are nearly over it now, which is good.
The fact he's not stepping up and fighting yet, he's let the whole MMA fan base down.
I couldn't have somebody else saying that they're going to beat me and not at least fight me. And then if I lose, at least I tried my best.
And it's even more in that case when you're the reigning heavyweight champion of the world and you've got someone holding.
It is crazy.
Heavyweight
It is a crazy
champion.
situation, but there's a lot of politics in there in the UFC at the top levels, and it's just like out of my hands, so there's nothing.
Tom Aspinall is ready whether Jon signs or not. And if Jon Jones wants to prove he's still the baddest man on the planet, he's running out of time. excuses to do it.
Thing in this sport is the belt. The most important thing to the UFC is the belt. That's what everything gears towards. And they have told us they hate when people vacate the title or don't want to defend the title. Well, that's what's happening right now. So tell me where I've been unfair. Tell me where I've lied. Tell me where I've been biased. I saw some people saying yesterday, like, oh, he just defended the title. All right, are we going to wait till November to strip him? The fight that they want to book is for November. It's for MSG. If he doesn't want to fight today for November, it's time to move on.
Because this time, Dana White might actually mean I tend this heavyweight drama could finally come to an end once and for all.